What's up, everybody? This is Nilla Green with the Beat Room Cool Down. I'm here with Ryan Young. What it do, man?
What it do?
Chilling.
Just chilling.
Yeah, how was your set earlier today?
It's good. It's groovy.
Good.
You know, can't ask for much. You know, had homies come out and had a good time.
That's good, man. What's a song that you love that you never get to play in your sets?
Song that I love. Honestly, it's pretty generic. Do you know the song "Stereo Love" by Evermind? It's very beachy, Ibiza-esque, but I don't know. When you're trying to get the dance floor going, it's probably not the first song I want to play. But I'm like, it'd be great to get people in their feels and just get out in the atmosphere and stuff like that. So definitely that song.
You haven't found any cool remixes or anything of it?
There's a couple. I mean, they're kind of cheeky, but if you try to mix a tech house feel with it, it just kind of ruins the dynamic of the song. So I'm like, I'm not gonna mess with the original. So
all right, cool. Yeah, I like that song too. What's the first moment that you thought that this DJ thing was going to take off?
I think first moment was, I think probably just going to house parties and hanging out with your friends. Mm-hmm. It's like I've become the designated person to be on aux, and I'm like, I probably have good taste if I'm on aux a lot. It's like, hey, how do I transition from doing that into going on the decks and just creating more an atmosphere and just experience for people. So. I used to be in a fraternity in college, and but I think that moment I was like, I think I could really spin this into something cool, and kind of just one thing led to another, and here I am.
All right, cool, man. So how did you learn how to DJ, huh?
How did I learn? A bit of a funny path, but I actually learned how to DJ in college, in grad school. So it was my first year there, and kind of just picked up the decks on a whim. Same story as probably a lot of people, just going to music festivals and kind of just being really attracted to the music and kind of just wanted to venture into that for myself. So picked up a DDJ 200, and after a month I traded it in to get a DDJ 400 and kind of just took off from there. But it was fun, kind of just progressed from there, and kind of went from grad school doing open format bars into moving to different places afterwards, and then kind of just get more specific to EDM, and came here, was okay, I'm gonna go a little bit more let's say all in terms of a hobby to kind of just see where it goes, but it's been good.
All right, cool, man. What's the weirdest place you ever DJ'd?
Weirdest place?
Yeah, weirdest place.
Oh gosh. It's not super weird, but my friend, he's probably gonna be watching. Shout out Austin.
I don't know you, but you're cool, man.
I DJ'd his. It was a grad party. Yeah. Just we finished grad school together. He's one of my close buddies, but I went to Detroit to go DJ at just his grad party, and it was a good time. But we were in an old school church, and a lot of his family was there, and he's super Hispanic, so you got a lot of old school Hispanic family members hanging out, and I'm ripping Skrillex, and they're like, "What is going on?" And I was just absolutely tearing it up, stuck in some dubstep, and
that's funny,
definitely weird, but I mean that's my guy, so I mean we stuck it through until they told us, "Hey, cut the show," but it was fun.
That's funny. So playing dubstep with a Hispanic family.
Yeah.
They want salsa and bachata, you just hitting them with
wubs. I play I think I actually play La Vaca, if you know that song.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, I mean, it was an original version, or was it?
Yeah, original. Got people going. They're like, okay, I know this song. So.
Yeah, get them to start dancing. All right. What's a rule that you swore by when you first started DJing that you changed now?
Yeah, more technical DJ rules.
Yeah.
Something I swore not to do,
or someone taught you, say, okay, don't do this, or you've say I don't know, play it in key or something like that, right? Something that someone said, hey, this is what you got to do this, and as you progress as DJ, you're like, I don't really need to do that.
I might get some heat for this, but I think mixing vocals on vocals, I think you can do it if it's proper. I think for me, I like vocals that have a good call and response, and you can almost sneak in some pockets here and there where two songs vocals are playing together, and kind of meshes well where you're it's almost like they're singing to each other. So definitely had that rule initially, and then I was like, you know what, that rule's trash. So
like a choir.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
What's a transition or trick that you rely on when you DJ?
Oh man, is it a top tier move, or is it just something I do normally?
I mean, normally top tier,
Normally, okay. Yeah. I think a move that I do is a good bass flip, but I think just like hiding the bass through like a really like clean high pass filter and almost like switching out the bass when no one's noticing and like making a new song's bass just pop and have it be really apparent. I think that's tried and true, but I think the way that you do it is very impactful. So I try to do it in moments where like a new groove or a new melody kind of kicks in, and you kind of really feel that impact instead of like doing a bass swap and you kind of just hear like 4 on the floor.
Yeah.
So make it count.
Okay, cool. I like that. Sorry. All right, do that again. All right. What genre of music is most? Sorry, I'm gonna try that again. All right. All right. What genre of music do you think is misunderstood right now?
Right now.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think.
Well, in the electronic world.
Electronic, yeah. I don't know. I think I'd say probably just house music in general. I think I was talking to some other folks and other DJs as well, but I think people feel the need to almost like say like, oh, if you're a house DJ, you're either like tech house or bass house or something of that sort. I think just like generally like the house genre, the stuff, we talk about Chicago, for example. It's like, hey, like this stuff that people really got moving to, in the past century. I think that stuff kind of is misunderstood, but I don't know, it has a lot of soul, a lot of character to it. So it's one of those things. It's that was the foundation of what house music is. So
yeah, correct.
Kind of carry that into what you play and stuff like that.
All right. What's a DJ habit that you secretly hate that you do or you see other DJs do?
I think it's like doing too much on stage.
The tea right here.
Yeah, the tea. You got the tea.
Yeah.
It's just doing too much on stage. I think for me, it's like, hey, like I'm a DJ, so I understand like the need to like kind of fill the space and kind of like always look like you're doing something. Where it's like, in reality, if you're just looking for your next song, like you don't have to be just like throwing in all these effects and kind of make it feel like or just have the crowd feel like you're doing something when you're really not. It's like, hey, enjoy the moment, enjoy the atmosphere, and let it breathe. It's okay to let it go to a breakdown and not just throw like tons of reverb or just like echoes over it, but just letting the song just be itself and play out and have the people enjoy it. So no shade at other DJs. I think. No shade, but just let the music speak for itself.
Yeah, don't do too much on the record. Let the record be the record. That's how they produced it.
Yep.
There you
go.
Yeah. What's a track that you overplay that you will still play today if you had a set right after this?
I think Turn Off the Lights, Chris Lake. I ripped that song an unhealthy amount. Actually, honorable mention too to I Want Your Soul.
Chris Lake.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. I Want Your Soul, Armin van Helden.
Oh, that one? Okay.
Yeah, that is tried and true. Like if I want to dance, I'm playing that song. So.
Yeah. All right. What's something that no one's warned you about the DJ field, like in the DJ career?
Yeah, late nights aside, I think, I think it's just like relationship building. I think people have told me about just meeting people, getting out there, but I think nobody has warned me really about just like, almost like ulterior motives of just other people, kind of just wanting something a little bit more transactionally. So I think that's just something, I've had to be a little bit more aware of, like, hey, like not everybody is out to support you, unfortunately, but I think at the same time, it's like, hey, like when you find those good people, you keep them around and just kind of be authentic in that way. And I think you pave your own lane and your own path. So it's not to get distracted of just like, hey, like what is the real reason that you're in this, in this hobby, in this career, whatever have you. But it's just like what kind of moves you in that way and drives you. So.
All right, good, yeah. So to piggyback off of that, what separates a DJ that lasts from a DJ that fades away?
Yeah, I think probably somebody in St. Pete, another DJ has told me this, I can't remember who, but it's just like people crave authenticity. So I think that in itself is very tried and true advice, but the more authentic you are, I think the more people begin to understand your brand, understand who you are, and like, hey, it's like, why do I want to book you in the first place? Like, what makes you different from other people? So sticking to that, like if you're goofy, if you're silly, if you're serious, if you're like, heavier in your genre, whatever it is, I think, understanding that and like leaning into it, I think that just like makes it, a little bit easier to stand out and just like differentiate.
Yeah, be you, right?
Yeah.
I know most people like in the beginning have like an influence, but you know, emulating and like copying are two different things, right? So if you want to like, I would say, emulate somebody or emulate their like, oh my bad, that's what I was gonna say. Dang it. I meant to say like influence and copying are two different things, right? So, you know, influence is more like you said, is just knowing who you like and who you aspire to kind of like be like, but then copying is two different things, right? So people will notice when you're like copying DJs or copying certain style. So it's always good to have an influence, but maybe just take pieces of that influence and then turn it into your own, right?
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, we had a, before we finished, we had like a joke with Ryan. He has like his parking meter, and I was like telling him a story. I was like, I'm gonna tell him this really long story. When I was a kid, right? You know, so we were.
Speed on.
Right. I'm not gonna edit that.
Yeah, that's okay.
I'm gonna keep that in there. All right. What are you currently trying to improve on behind the decks? If anything, right? He's a boss.
No. I mean, yeah, everyone's trying to improve on stuff. I think for me, it's like leveraging just like other characteristics of songs. I think for me, it's been very big to like use acapellas and, you know, just other, you know, rhythms and just parts of other songs that you just kind of want to like take and like we talked about artistry, but like just take and like put it into like, you know, your normal, you know, two channel mixing. So I got a little bit better at, you know, finding acapellas that are like, you know, we talk about like songs that I like, but you know, I Want Your Soul, for example. If I took that acapella and put it over a song that maybe people don't know as well, and like your job as a DJ is to almost like share that, put it out in the world. But if you put it over something or put it with something that's recognizable, I think that's where you get the best of both worlds. And you know, you're really able to almost like take people in that experience of like, oh, I really like that song, and like it was familiar, but it's also new. So creating that freshness, creating that impact. But yeah, I mean, that's something I'm trying to do, and it's a bit of a challenge to find, you know, classic vocals. But every now and then, if I hear like, you know, something that was like really cool in the '80s or '90s, I'm like, I'm putting that in my bag of tricks and gonna surprise people next time I do a set. So
that's good. All right, I like that. Especially it's kind of hard with two decks too, though, right?
It is. It is. So.
You're like, so piggybacking off of the question from separating DJs, what's a piece of advice that you would give someone trying to get into the field?
I think biggest piece of advice, if I have any advice to give, I think it's just, you know, again, like be yourself. I think there's unfortunately a lot of pretenders and a lot of people who are like, you know, just have different motives for being in the scene, but you know, not to say any motive is bad, but like, hey, understand your why, understand why do you want to be here, what moves you about music, and you know, just being part of this environment. So you know, again, just lean into that authenticity, be yourself. I think people really respect it, people can feel it, people can definitely sniff it out. So if you're like cozying up to people just because you want a gig, people are like, hey, like, you know, you give me like a bad vibe, but I think just be yourself, and you know, more power to you. If they don't like that, then that's okay. But I think if they do like it, it's like it's easier to just kind of like walk into the room and own it.
Yeah, sure. All right, good, man. I like that. Be you, be authentic to yourself. All right, so where can they follow you?
Only on Instagram, so at Ryan Young DJ. So follow me there if you want. So secret plug.
All right, so thanks, man, for being on the show. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Appreciate you.
Yeah. All right, so right. Woo, we got audience. Yeah. Shh, I'm just kidding. So thanks, Ryan, for being on the show. This is the Beat Room Cool Down with Nilla Green. We'll see you next time. Peace.